with the goals by Alex Zendejas and Folarin Balogun, 17 different goal scorers in 18 matches since Mauricio has begun his tenure. Also, Christian Pulisic with his assist tonight becomes tied with Eric Ronaldo for fourth all-time in goal contributions, and he is in fourth, or tied for fourth also with assists all-time for the U.S. national team. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started. We do have microphones, and we'll begin right here.
Ryan Tolmich from Goal. Mauricio, you said yesterday that you weren't worried about criticism of you or your plan, but one of the things that you did want is to see a reason for people to back the players and to give players their props and their dues and some positivity going forward. How important then was it for the players to have a performance like this and to get a result now that could get some of that positivity now moving forward towards October?
Yes, I think always when we talk about that sport, soccer always is about to win. But in the way that you try to win is important, and for us to build that process to arrive after 90 minutes with the possibility to win is important. And yes, I am so pleased because I think the players deserve that result. They did deserve a little bit more against South Korea, but we didn't get. But when you are strong in your ideas and your belief, I think it's about to keep going and never give up. So happy for that. Yes, I say thank you now after the game. Important about to keep building that relationship and for them in an individual way to push in their own clubs to be better and better and better and be ready in case that we call again. By the way, also I want to say thank you to the fans on Columbus because we're fantastic. That is a joy to come here and to play. I'm looking forward to come again one day.
Jeff and then Henry.
Jeff Carlisle with ESPN. Mauricio, what did you make of the performances of Alex Zendejas and Flo Balogun tonight, especially Zendejas, because he hasn't really had that many opportunities since you took over?
No, I think he was with us like another player. Sometimes it's difficult to give the possibility, to play when you deserve, like today in Nathan Harriel. Only 10 minutes, but after few camps with him, I think he deserves to play. But sometimes they deserve, but after you don't have the place, because your position or because you need to fight with some another player, not in the same position that maybe is. We decide in this moment to. But I think today was a great possibility for us to give the possibility for him to start from the beginning. And I think we are so pleased because he, with his performance, make us to doubt about, not to have the clear idea, say, no, this guy is going to, but now with this type of performance, he's in the race for the roster of the World Cup. And that is what we try, like Alex Freeman, Mark Arsen, or Cristian Roldan, or Balogun, or Christian Pulisic, all the guys that were involved today. I am so happy because they understand or understood that they need to perform in the way that we expect. It's not about to win or to lose the games, but if not, to perform in the way that we expect and in the way that we want, that they perform.
Henry.
I'm Mauricio. Henry Bushnell from The Athletic. You tried a new system today,
Yes.
Not totally new, but first time you started in that formation. What did you make of the way it worked, and what specifically were the benefits of that new shape?
No, I think we have players that they play in this new formation. We have wingback like Alex Freeman or Max Arsten that they play in their clubs in that system. Chris Richards in Palace play in that position, with that formation. I think it's good to have different plans, approach to the games, use different formation. That is similar when we build from back with three. Is one of the fullbacks, is drop or sometimes the midfielder, one midfielder. It's about to maybe to be more consistent. It's more that formation is more simple to understand for the players than the formation that how we start against South Korea. The evolution and develop the first team, the first formation against South Korea, you need more time to work with the player because it's about the relationship between your space, your position, your teammate, the opponent, and things that you need work a lot. That is why sometimes we simplify the things and say, okay, we are doing this, but also we go in another way. Yes, I think we have a squad that can fit very well in that system, in that formation.
Jonathan here in front.
Thanks, Michael, and thanks, Mauricio. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. This is admittedly sort of a big picture question. You spoke yesterday. You said, think back to March. Think how things were in March. And now to see where things are right now and how far have they come. And if we think about, for example, if they had won in March, considering everything that has happened since then to tonight where they win a big game like this, is it different if they'd won in March? And maybe we're still sitting here talking about a win tonight, but do you think everything that has been through maybe is different with all the questions, noise that there was before tonight?
Because of March.
Yeah.
That is what happened in that period. Good question. I think when I need to go maybe a little bit before, in all the federation or national team, always the normal way to act is to start the process always normally after the World Cup. To have time, 4 years to implement your ideas and your philosophy, create your staff, because it's too many things that are really, really important in a national team. I was a player, I know very well. Also because we love that sport and we are seeing different things. When we arrived, it's because something was wrong. I don't say that now we are better or worse. It's because something happened, like when we left some clubs, also because something was wrong. It's not to blame no one, but something was wrong and you need to change. And I think in September we listened a lot of people talking inside and outside of the federation that something need to change. We need a new face, a new philosophy, a new ideas and culture. You were talking, here in USA about all this. And this guy, with 6 or 5 people more, we arrive here. We not too much time. No, too many or so many?
Not too much time.
Not too much time. Not too much time.
We've been talking about the difference between too many and so many.
Exactly, because that was the discussion. I said, you need to teach me when use so much or too many, no?
Yeah.
So many. Okay. And it's difficult because we knew that to arrive a national team that is already qualified, where the priority is going to be the World Cup to play, with things that going on around and inside, and then spend so short period together, with all the circumstances after that happened, it's not easy to build your journey here. That is why when you design the planning, you need to stick. And if the thing doesn't work. And I think March was, like I told you before, yesterday, was about not to say we need to call the names, we need to call the player that can perform. If the player are, for different reason, are not performing, why we are going to call? Because we cannot give because they performed 4 years ago, now should perform better than maybe another player. And that is, for me, the most important thing that I was also telling the player. The system is, the door is open. It's not closed. And you have the possibility to stay or not. And then it's going to be our decision. Why Zendejas didn't have, well, maybe because I decide another player, no? But when you are in the same place, you say, okay, that is going to be my test about, if I like more one or another, or the balance on the team is more one characteristic as another. But I think it's important to see that this type of things, that we didn't arrive in a team that was performing in a way that was, we arrived and damaged a team that was doing really well. I think that wasn't the case. But in the same time, it's about time. The same time, about time. About time because the players need to know us. The staff need to know us. We need to adapt to them. We need to adapt to the player. We need to know the player. And all the thing is, that is a big picture that we talk. But sometimes people want the result tomorrow. And why you don't call this or call another? I was talking today. You notice that in October and November we are going to struggle with the player, MLS player. Because or they are going to compete go to the playoff, or they are going to be in playoff in November, and then player in November that are going to be in holidays. How we keep. That is important also to analyze why also we took this decision. We take the decision to bring now the possibility to play more of the players that were in the MLS. And then in Europe, they start the season now. They need to settle. It's so difficult to understand. My question is, it's difficult to understand why our decision. And that is sometimes, to deal with this type of situation, that it's not going to help our organization, the national team, and then the player, because I don't care about the criticize. I prefer that the people criticize me but don't touch the player. And I hope in the future criticize me, but let the player to play free and go and to perform. And it's not a problem for me. I think if that happens, it's because for sure it's good signal. No? Because it's not easy to be sitting here. If we are sitting here, it's because I think something previous we did, no? And we deserve to be here.
Sanjay here in the front.
Hola Mauricio, Sanjay con Backfield. Christian Pulisic, él jugó muy bien hoy y obviamente él tenía mucha libertad porque había tres centrales y carrileros, pero habían momentos de peligro cuando él estaba en la banda izquierda. Entonces, ¿puedes hablar del debate de dónde Christian debe jugar o Tim Weah? Porque en el pasado Christian ha jugado a la banda izquierda muchas veces. Gracias.
Aquí en la selección.
Sí, sí.
Bueno, Cristian juega en diferentes posiciones. Para mí, Cristian es un jugador donde tiene que sentir la libertad de moverse en el campo porque interpreta muy bien los espacios libres, ¿no? Los espacios entre líneas, los half spacing, how you say, or the pocket, ¿no? Como dicen acá. Es un jugador inteligente que no hay que coartar su creatividad. Y él siempre encontrará el espacio para crear superioridad, para llegar al área contraria, para poder tener ocasiones de gol. Yo creo que esa es la animación y lo que nosotros pensamos en la plataforma, de crear esa plataforma para que él se pueda encontrar en la mejor situación. Por diferentes razones, también porque su capacidad de visión en el campo quizás es más predominante una parte que la otra, o la derecha más que la izquierda más que la derecha. Él quizás se encuentra mejor cuando comienza, ¿no?, las acciones desde izquierda para terminar en diagonal hacia el centro, ¿no?, del área. Entonces quizás esa es la mejor posición, centro-izquierda, para entrar en diagonal, porque claro, maneja mucho mejor esta visión que esta, ¿no? Y bueno, todos tienen un ojo predominante, entonces en ese ojo predominante tú te encuentras mucho mejor. Y todas esas cosas son de comprensión, son tácticas, son estratégicas, son de capacidad de un cuerpo técnico para detectar esas cosas y para ponerlo en Cristian en la mejor posición. Por supuesto que después es el equilibrio entre el equipo donde encontramos la mejor animación, ¿no? Por ese equilibrio que necesitamos entre todo el equipo, pero es importante saber que Cristian puede jugar en cualquier posición, pero creo que esa es como jugó hoy en la posición que ha jugado, creo que es la posición donde se encuentra mucho más cómodo y puede sacar todo su talento.
Ese va a cambiar su decisión con Tim Weah en el futuro, en la banda donde Tim Weah debe jugar como extremo.
Bueno, pero Tim está jugando de fullback en su equipo. Y eso es algo que ya lo hemos hablado ayer. Al final, en este sistema, también tenemos jugadores por la izquierda como Max o como Serginho que pueden jugar. Bueno, será una posición esa. Tim también puede jugar internamente, en situaciones internas. Veremos el estado de forma de cada jugador. ¿Tú me hablas de la Copa del Mundo? ¿Cómo llegaremos o qué?
Sí, sí.
Bueno, veremos en qué estado de forma están los jugadores y trataremos de tomar que los 11 que comiencen sean los que mejor están. Y ahí veremos el equilibrio que le vamos a dar al equipo.
Front row here.
Hi, Mauricio.
Hi.
Whitney Harding from NBC4 here in Columbus. I also kind of have a question about the left side. Max Arfsten, a lot of the offense, it felt like near the end of the first half, was going through him. What did you like about his performance tonight, especially that chemistry with Cristian? And what do you like about him as a player in that space in general?
Well, he's a player that we really believe from the day one, because I've seen in the way that he is, his character, his personality, the characteristics, how he is like a player. I think it's a combo that we really love, we really like. He's very intelligent, very smart guy. Yes, from the day one, I think the chemistry was very good in between him and us. And I think the potential is massive. And then he's performing today, performed very well. Again, South Korea performed, and then in the Gold Cup. I think in all the campus, always he's improving. Of course, that he needs to improve. He's still young, but I think he's doing fantastic. And I think today, like him or Alex Freeman, I think they were fantastic today, both. It's about to give time to really believe, and for sure, they have quality, and we are so happy. But Max, yes, he's doing fantastic in his club, in Columbus Crew. I think we are so happy. It's a place that he want to take, and is challenging another player for his space there.
Michael.
Mike DeCourcy, Sporting News. Mauricio, I wanted to ask you, you said yesterday that the results really won't start to matter until you get to the World Cup next June. But does a victory tonight take off some of the noise, some of the pressure, so that you can continue to implement your vision in the way that you want?
Look, with all the information that we have, in all the things that we care and under our assessment and everything, we take decision. We take decision for the best of the federation first, and of course for the fans, because that sport is about to make happy the fans. But looks if we were talking with the player. Look if all the people are agree with me in all the decision. If you will be agree with me in all the decision, why I am here sitting? If you have this, if I am doing all that you want or the people talk, no, what I am doing here, it's a good signal. I think for me because after when our noise, I don't say big noise. It's few noise. It's a noise that you don't really difficult to hear. But if you go to the past, when things happen like this, on the end, this team were very successful. and that is why I am so relaxed, stick with the plan and keep going. But I don't say that that is going to not to pay the bill because we won a game that for me is not important because it's a friendly. The most important is the process. It's the most important is say today winning or lose. It's about the process. It's about the player really believe in what we are doing, in what that they respect us, how we respect them. If we are capable to build that relationship, for sure we are going to have the best player and player that maybe are not today. We will have the possibility to come. We are very open people, but I think it's time. It's about to give time the process, and the process is going to work, for sure. I don't have any doubt. But the people sometimes need to say something to pay attention. And I don't need to say nothing. Okay, maybe yesterday I say one word that I don't want to repeat. But was the truth. That was like I told you yesterday, and we cannot pay attention on this. We pay attention in nice critics and in the professional like you are. And I wasn't for you that word. Because I want to tell you, yesterday my wife said, oh, why you were like this in the press conference? If these guys are so nice. When you were in France or in England, they were very, but they are nice guys. I said, yeah, but it wasn't for them. I said, it was some people that are not, professional like you. But okay, keep moving because I think I am so happy to be here. I am so happy to be the coach in this country. People is so nice. The fans were so nice here in Columbus. I love when you criticize or make an opinion that is not, because sometimes you can observe something different from different perspective, and always it's good for us to see and to read. Keep going in this way because that is make us better. We don't want that all is good for us. All that we do, we are doing is good. But I think we respect in the way that we respect you. But sometimes people have no respect because, when you want followers, you want to see things like this. Come on, that is not a healthy way to communicate or to create a relationship.
Speaking of time, the players are ready for the mix zone.
Okay, guys, looking forward to October. And here you, when I announce.
Congrats on the win and the goal. How fun was that atmosphere tonight?
Yeah, it was really good. It was really important for us to get the win, as you said. And yeah, the atmosphere was good. We felt the support from the home crowd, and the boys were really happy about that, and it motivated us to get the win.
Can you walk us through your goal?
Yeah, I just saw CP running. I think me and him have a really good connection on the pitch, and I just saw him running with the ball, and I just timed my run. And then he played a perfect pass in behind, and then it was just an easy finish for me. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of good work from CP.
This was your first camp back in a while. What are you most proud of when you consider this entire September camp?
Yeah, I think just on a personal level, just meeting the new staff, being around the boys again, that was important for me. And yeah, I'm just happy to be back in the jersey, playing in front of the home crowd. I think that was just kind of what I wanted to feel again. I missed that feeling, so I'm just happy I was able to do that.
Thank you.
We good?
Yep.
Cool. Congrats on the win. What was working for you guys today?
Yeah, I think think we matched up well against them. I think defensively we got good pressure on the ball and were able to create chances that way. And then also on the ball, it just felt like the team was really clicking. I think we created lots of chances. You know, have a couple moments where we can defend better, but all in all, I think just everything was kind of just clicking for the most part.
How much of that clicking, coming together, was a result of the formation change, having 3 in the back? Did that give you more stability?
I think that helped us today, kind of just matching up against a team that also is playing the same way. I think it just balances that and made it a lot easier for us finding ways to get pressure on the ball. So for us, it was really good today, and then just allowed us to kind of do our thing once we got the ball. So it helped.
Can you walk us through your mindset on the play that you set up the goal, the assist, going off of that dead ball and charging up the pitch and setting up the shot?
I got a ball from Tim in the pocket, and I think that's just kind of what I do. I saw a gap and a little bit of space that he gave me, and just used a bit of my quickness with the ball and got around him, and then Balo's always making great runs off the back line, so he gave me a great option there and played it to him, and worked out well.
The vibes heading into October are really positive, coming off a strong win and a good performance. How can that kind of carry forward into the next window?
I think we should definitely take this performance and take some confidence. We've had, it's been a tough go recently, and I think we deserve a nice win, a good performance, and a good feeling leaving camp for sure.
I guess my last question, when you look back out on this window, what are you most proud of?
I think I would say even after going down against Korea, the way we kind of played and had freedom on the field and were moving, and we can look at a couple guys who came in and really made differences, Roldan, Zendejas. I think looking back, I think we can be proud of the way we played, the way we were still confident on the ball even when things weren't going great. So I would take that.
And one more question for you, Christian. The crowd was loud the entire match tonight. Can you just talk about what it was like to be able to play in front of this crowd and to feel that support throughout the whole match?
Yeah, I think honestly, Ohio in general has always been a pretty special place for me and for the team. I made my debut in the city with the national team. I think the support here has always been incredible. So having that pro-US crowd and really cheering us on, it helps us so much. I can't explain how much it means.
That's on the win. How fun was that getting a win in Ohio?
Yeah, I feel like we always kind of have a Dos de Cero moment here in Columbus. So again, it was good to get a win. Good for our confidence, but also good for our progression. I think it was a good camp overall. And anytime you can end the camp on a win, it's always nice.
Definitely. Can you talk a little bit about the formation change today, having 3 in the back? How was your comfort level there?
Yeah, it was cool. Usually at the club level I'll play 3, but usually on the right side, so playing the center. Probably had the ball a lot more than I usually do, but regardless, it was a good chance to get more pressure on the ball and to stop goals, and that's exactly what happened today.
Definitely got the clean sheet. A couple great standout performances in the attack. Max, Zendejas. What was it like seeing them click on the offensive end?
Yeah, Max was feeling it tonight. Being at home, he definitely felt the love from the crowd, and Zendejas, and you see it every week when he's playing at Club America. So I'm really happy for him. Well-deserved man of the match for him today. And I think we kind of have this persona now that it's next man up, and whenever it's your turn to do what you need to do. And so that's exactly what Zendejas did tonight.
Again, coming in the camp, you talked about just how excited you were to be back with the guys and, making this trek, all the way and having these 10 days. Can you just talk about the camp as a whole and, what it's been like being back with the guys and being able, as you said, to end it on that high note of a win?
Yeah, I think we worked so hard throughout the week, and you want to reward yourself with the win on the weekend. Again, the first game we weren't able to do that, but second game we were, and so a really tough team, but a really good team that we needed to play, and it just shows what we can do when we finally click. It wasn't perfect by any means, but it's definitely a step in the right direction, and like I said, anytime you can wear the crest, it means the world to you. So regardless of how far you came, it's always nice.
Congrats on the goal.
Appreciate it.
Can you tell us what was going through your head when you saw Max's cross coming your way?
Yeah, I said in the other 2 interviews I did. For some reason, I knew he was going to go one-on-one. And our job as forwards and wingers is to get in the box. And luckily, I was at the right spot at the right time.
Mauricio was obviously very complimentary of you, said that you are making a case for yourself for the World Cup roster. What does it mean to be making a name for yourself at this stage?
Yeah, like I said, I'm thankful for the opportunity. We don't get that many, especially as soccer players. So anytime we get called in, we for sure have to make a statement and do the best we can. At the end, that's all we can do. And my style of play is just leave it all out there, and hopefully left good impressions for sure.
And getting a win obviously was huge heading into October.
Yeah.
What do those positive vibes mean for, I guess, continuing the lead up to the World Cup?
I think it was good. We had to end this camp on a good note to lead into the October friendlies. And I think the guys showed out there that we're trying to improve every time we can get. And I think the team...
Our intensity was good from the beginning. I felt that we were a bit more organized. We forced them into long balls. We picked up a lot of second opportunities and turned them over in our own half. And just a bit more organized, I think, from the beginning. The intensity was definitely higher, and I think it showed when we were able to win second balls and play forward.
Was a lot of that intensity and organization a result of the formation change, like going 3 to the back? Did that help things?
Yeah, it made things very clear. We man-oriented throughout the field. When essentially we matched up against them with our formation change, and it always simplifies things, and it makes it into a more of a 1v1 battle throughout the field.
And how would you describe what you saw out of Japan today?
They're a great team. They're very technical. I think that they struggled to win second balls today, but they have shown their quality over the last few games, and today was just a difficult day for them, I think. But they have they're very organized. They're good on the ball, and at times they just struggle to get the second balls to put them over the top today.
How important is it to face that kind of quality at this stage in the lead up to the World Cup? You're playing against a top 20 opponent, and they've qualified. Like, what does that mean at this stage in the process to see a team of their caliber?
Yeah, really important to compete in these games, to have good performances. Yeah, results are extremely important. We don't want to not talk about a result, but again, performances are extremely important as well. Like, we want to be able to express ourselves the way we're being coached, the way that we know that our players can play, and I think matching ourselves up against the very best is very important for the experience for the guys going to the World Cup.
I guess my last question: what's next is October. 2 more friendlies. How can the U.S. carry these vibes into the next window?
Yeah, important to get some confidence after this Japan game. Obviously, the result, and so now bring that confidence over to the October camp.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.